Hey guys, welcome back to the Mets franchise as we're coming off an amazing World Series victory. We swept the Angels in 4 games. It was a great series offensively and on the mound for us. Go back and watch that if you didn't. Before we get into the offseason, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support on all these videos lately, especially these last few in the postseason. They've been amazing. Appreciate all your feedback. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate just you guys watching. I appreciate the comments as well. I really appreciate you guys. Can't believe we're almost at 230 subs already. That's crazy. I know it's a small number to some people, but to me it's insane. Sorry, let me get into the video. Remember, Terry Francona retired, so we got Alex Cora, an experienced manager who's already won a World Series and was a former Met. So I think it made sense. Alex Cora is the new skipper of this ball club. I see a couple relievers go in free agency right away. Brian Abreu to the White Sox and Evan Phillips to the Angels. That's a good pickup for the Angels. Only $6.5 million a year. It's kind of crazy. So the Angels, coming off that loss in the World Series, get themselves a nice closer. Aaron Savale will be our first signing of the offseason. He will replace David Peterson as he signs a 3-year, $10 million a year. So 3 years, $30 million for Aaron Savale. He's coming over from Tampa Bay. As you see, he was mostly in the bullpen last year, and he had a very good low ERA. The Rays just had too many starting pitchers in this game. They're stacked at the position, so they let him go, and we pick him up for pretty cheap. I'm happy with that signing to replace David Peterson. Another signing, we need to replace our DH Jorge Soler as he's gone, and we get a new DH in the name of Teoscar Hernandez. The 34-year-old can still smash as he comes over for us for 1 year, $6 million. So if he has a good year, we'll see if we'll sign him for another one after that. But for now, it's just 1 year, $6 million. He only played 69 games last year. He must have been hurt, but he did hit 17 bombs. So we're expecting some big power numbers from our DH spot this season. Hopefully some big ones in the postseason as well. And really our last signing of the free agency, we're going to make a couple moves you'll see in a second, but our last free agent signing is going to be Ramon Urias. He's going to play second base for us. He's a third baseman in this game, but we'll change him over to second base. Good fielder, and we're going to sign him for 3 years, $24 million, so $8 million a year. Last year he got traded. He went to the Orioles from somewhere. He got traded. He had 291 with 13 homers, 66 RBI, so I think he can replace Jonathan India for a little bit cheaper. He's got high contact against righties. We're going to start maybe hit him in a 9-hole, and then hopefully if he does well, he can be our new leadoff hitter. Anyway, more moves around the league as our division gets a little bit better as Brandon Lowe joins Miami. Remember, Miami was in the division race for quite some time, pretty much the whole way through until the end of the season, so it's a good move for them. Ryan Mountcastle, he goes from Baltimore, stays in the AL East, goes to the Red Sox. A good move for the Red Sox there. He's good numbers last year. Tariq Skubal, he joins San Francisco. One of the guys I thought about trading for at the deadline last year, just didn't work out, but he goes to San Fran. And Willy Adames gets traded to the Dodgers from the White Sox. So the White Sox get that guy, Jose DePaula, who looks pretty good, 75 overall, 22 years old. So it's a good trade for them. And the Pittsburgh Pirates going to make a move for Tristan McKenzie, giving him the bag over 6 years. And the rich get richer, Jack Flaherty, 88 overall in this game. He's going to join the Texas Rangers. I've said multiple times in this franchise they have the best team on paper, and they get even better with Jack Flaherty. Dodgers make another move. They signed Brady Singer as well. Here's the moves we're going to make, and the other 2 moves we're going to make all offseason are going to be Rule 5 draft picks. Jake Berger just chilling there at the Rule 5 draft. He had an amazing year last year with San Francisco. His stats look really good. I could play him at second base against lefties and Urias against righties. Sorry I'm going through the tab so much, but yeah, I'm gonna select Jake Berger, and in the second round of the Rule 5 draft, we're gonna select Gregory Soto. We need a reliever and a lefty at that. We only have one in the bullpen. Soto hasn't played the last 2 seasons in the MLB. We're gonna take a chance on him. Pirates splash on another starting pitcher, Trevor Rogers. So they signed Tristan McKenzie, now Trevor Rogers, both for $20+ million a year. So the Pirates are going for it. Joey Gallo signs 2-year deal with St. Louis, and he had a great season last year, 41 bombs, 100 RBIs. Dalton Varsho goes to the Dodgers, so the Dodgers are making moves. They are tired of losing in the playoffs, and they have made a couple moves. They traded for Adames, got Singer, and now Dalton Varsho had a great season as well. As here we go, our former players are coming up next. David Peterson, he goes to the Houston Astros 4 years, $53.2 million, only $13.3 million, which is kind of crazy because he was asking us for 18. So he took a pay cut to go to the Astros. His bar was in the yellow if I lowered it from about 18 to 15 range. Anyway, he decided to take less money and go to Houston. Andres Munoz, we offered him a 5-year, $50 million contract. But as we talked about, I think he wanted to go back to closing games. He'll be the closer for St. Louis as he signed a 5-year, $47 million. So slightly less money per year, but like I said, he'll be the closer over there. He wouldn't be the closer with us. So Munoz gone as well. And of course, we did sign Ramon Urias with the intention of losing Jonathan India. So he goes to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay always makes a splash in the offseason. He signs for $12.3 million a year. Another guy who was asking for 15, I think he was asking for me. And he ends up signing with 12.3. Kind of crazy what they end up signing for and what they request from you. So that's odd. The Angels lose a Patrick Sandoval, who we crushed in the World Series. Well, he actually didn't pitch. He's the one guy that didn't pitch terrible. But he goes over to San Diego. So San Diego gets a little bit tougher as we barely beat them in 7 games. And the last signing of free agency, Alejandro Kirk randomly joins the Kansas City Royals. That was a little random. Here's what our lineup's going to look like this year, to start at least. Brandon Nimmo's going to lead off. Kyle Tucker behind him. Pete Alonso in the 3-hole. Brett Beatty moved all the way up to 4. He did great at the end of the season and the playoffs. Luis Robert, Francisco Alvarez, Francisco Lindor, Teoscar Hernandez, and Ramon Urias starting in the 9-hole, but with a potential to be a leadoff guy if he gets really, really hot. Rotation is Burns, Urias, Logan Gilbert, Aaron Savale, number 4, and Kodai Senga, number 5. This is the last year of Senga, and I don't have any intention of signing him back, even if he has some kind of magically good year. This is it for Kodai Senga, so kind of glad to see him go. Not that I dislike him, but he drops an overall. And you can see the bullpen here. Pretty much the same guys, with just Munoz gone and Soto in. And after this, we're going to get right into opening day. All right, well, another opening day underway here in the Mets franchise as Corbin Burns takes him out on opening day yet again. Remember, it was disaster last year on opening day as Corbin Burns pitched great, but ended the game with a head fracture that got him out all season. He pitched the first game of the year, last game of the year, and he luckily was back for the playoffs, pitched brilliantly in the playoffs, and he's starting right where he left off. Right where he left off as strikes out the first 2 batters of the game. And if you remember, his very last start was in the World Series, and he pitched a 8-inning shutout, as it was an easy win that game. Pretty much every game was an easy win in that World Series. But anyway, he works an easy first inning, and we're going up against Max Fried. And remember, he signed with the Phillies a couple years ago. I think it was that game 162, if I remember correctly. We versed him and Brett Beatty quite literally threw the division away. Anyway, in the first 2 out, nobody on. It's Pete Alonso starting the year off great with a no-doubter in the left. And Pete Alonso gives the Mets an early 1-0 lead. We're going to need another big year from him if we're going to try and repeat. And that is definitely the goal for this season. Operation Repeat is on the table here. And that's exactly why, look, Alex Cora is happy in his first game as Mets manager. That's why we brought Alex Cora in. Guy who has won a World Series before, who can handle top talent on the team. This team is primed and ready to go. As next batter, Luis Robert, he smokes one in the left field, and that's crushed, no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks in the first inning for Pete Alonso and Luis Robert, as that's a sign of good things to come, as the offense picking up right where it left off to end last season, smashing home runs as we came to life in that World Series. The boys were ready to go, that is for sure, and they came ready here in this first inning. Pete Alonso and Luis Robert going back-to-back as lineup. Yeah, this is our lineup versus a lefty, of course. That's why it's different from the lineup we had just shown earlier. Brett Beatty not batting fourth. Anyway, some more strikeouts in the second for Corbin Burnes. He's cruising along. That's 4 through 2. Jake Berger playing against the lefty, and he crushes one into dead center. No doubt about it. Jake Berger's first at-bat as a Met ends up as a no-doubt homer. 417 feet to straightaway center field. And we like Jake Berger batting against lefties. He can put up some big numbers. So we like him even against righties, but definitely didn't have good contact numbers against righties. And we like Ramon Urias for that reason. So they'll platoon. Some pair of more strikeouts in the third for Corbin Burnes. He's just cruising along here. That's 6 Ks already through 3 innings. Pete Alonso up in the third, already homered this game, but he's going to draw a 2-out walk. So Luis Robert coming up next. Again, another guy who's already homered this game, and he's going to do it again, this time even further. Absolutely crushed out there to left center field. Another no-doubt home run, and it's 5-0 New York. And wow, what a shot by Luis Robert. Is no doubt about that one. Makes it 5-0. And in the fourth we go as Philly's trying to get something going here. It's Brandon Marsh with the leadoff double. It 1 hops off the wall. So Phillies finally get a runner in scoring position this game here in the fourth inning. Bryson Stott next up. He is going to fly one in the left, shallow left field, as Nimmo will come on and make the play, and the runner will have to stay put at second. Next batter, Brent Rooker, 1-2 count. He goes down swinging on a nasty changeup. So 2 away. Corbin Burnes trying to leave that guy stranded on second. It's Bryce Harper who chops one up the middle for a base hit as Brandon Marsh rounds third, and he will score. So Bryce Harper with an RBI single cuts the deficit for the Phillies down to 4. Alex Kirilloff up next, and he's going to go down swinging on a high outside curve. That was a tricky pitch to hit there. You don't see it in that spot much. So he goes down swinging. In the fifth we go. It's Corbin Burnes still striking out some more Phillies. That's Aiden Miller. This is Sam Huff. He's going to go down swinging. He thought that was low, but they say he went around on the swing. So a pair of strikeouts yet again in the fifth. In the sixth inning, Brandon Marsh looking on the outside corner. So runner on first. That's the first out. Bryson Stott. He flies one to right. Kyle Tucker is there. Runner's going to stay at first. So we got runner at first, 2 out in the sixth. And coming to the plate is Brent Rooker yet again. And Corbin Burnes is going to get him to line drive over Brett Beatty's head and goes all the way into the corner in left field. Good speed on the bases as the runner goes first to home. And the runner scores on that double from Brent Rooker. It's 5-2, now only a 3-run lead. Bryce Harper up next. This would be Corbin Burnes' last batter because he gets Bryce Harper to chop at the second. And Jake Berger fields, fires, and puts him away. In the seventh, we would go to Gregory Soto, our Rule 5 draft pick. And we see what he's got. We couldn't quite understand why he wasn't in the majors the last 2 years. So let's see what he's got. And right away, it's Alex Kirilloff ripping one to right field over the head of Kyle Tucker. He rounds first, and he goes into second with a leadoff double. So Soto in to get out the lefties, and did not get that one out. He then walks Aiden Miller, so we got first and second one out for Trey Turner, who's all the way down in the 8th spot, and he walks him as well. So 3 batters faced, it's bases loaded, no out for Gregory Soto. Maybe this is why he wasn't in the MLB. Sam Huff up next, and wow, absolutely outrageous call. That slider never caught the plate once, way outside. He gets rung up. He can't believe it. I don't blame him. Next batter, Sturi Ruiz. He goes down swinging. So Soto trying to get out of this jam. I was going to pull him, but it's a lefty up. So I was like, you know what? Let me try one more batter, go lefty. And that did not work out. That decision from Alex Cora, not me. That decision from Alex Cora did not work out. It's 5-4. It's only a 1-run lead as we were going to bring in Dylan Coleman, one of our great relievers last year, who we got in a trade from the Red Sox last offseason. And he's going to get Bryson Stott to roll over on one to first as Alonso will take care of it. And Dylan Coleman gets us out of that 7th inning jam. Bottom half of the 7th, it's Pete Alonso. On the mound, by the way, for the Phillies, Anthony Descalfani. So we lost him, obviously. We were never going to sign him back. He's joining the Phillies. He joined the Phillies, and he's their long relief guy. Anyway, Luis Robert already's got 2 homers this game. He hits one deep to right field. Going back to the right fielder, he looks up and it one hops the wall. Is that Bryson Wright? Yeah, it is Bryce Harper in right field. Thought he was playing first base, but that one hops off the wall. It's a double. Francisco Lindor, second and third, 2 out. He strikes out swinging high fastball. And Descalfani gets out of that one without giving up a run against his old team, and he's kind of hyped about it. In the 8th, Dylan Coleman, he is our setup guy. He needed to get that last out of the 7th, and hopefully he can get through this 8th as well. He strikes out Brent Rooker there. Bryce Harper grounds 1 to 3rd. Brett Beatty is right there, and he will put him away. 2 away in the 8th. Last batter in the 8th, Alex Kirilloff, and he's going to chop one right to Coleman. Good reaction. The shift was being played anyway, so Lindor would have been there, but easy comebacker for Coleman. Ends the 8th. See if we can get some insurance here in the bottom half of the 8th. Descalfani still on the mound. It's Teoscar Hernandez rolling one underneath the first baseman's glove for a base hit. Nice hit from our new signing Teoscar here on opening day. Next up, Jake Berger. He's already homered once, and now he's going to homer again. Line drive down the line and just keeps it inside the pole. Another home run for Jake Berger. So the second guy on this team with a multi-home run opening day. Berger and Luis Robert, both with 2 home runs each, as this one just stayed fair as it was a laser, wraps around the pole almost, and no doubt about it, Jake Berger doing what he does, smashing the ball. One was against the lefty while he's in the lineup, and even later in the game, he got the righty as well. So we get some insurance 7-4. We're not done. Next batter, Brett Beatty, he gets a base hit. Francisco Alvarez then does check his swing, so he walks. First and second, nobody out, still in the bottom half of the 8th. It's Brandon Nimmo ripping one down the first base line and past the diving first baseman. Another run's going to score. First to third goes Francisco Alvarez. It is a RBI double, for Brandon Nimmo. Second, third, no out. Kyle Tucker's going to pop this one up. That's not going to get the job done. Bryson Stott's right there for the first out. They're going to intentionally walk Pete Alonso to set up a double play, although that means they'll have to go through Luis Robert, who already has 3 extra base hits this game, including 2 home runs. The 1-2 count, though, he looks silly on that slider. Strike 3. And next batter, Francisco Lindor. He's going to chop one to second, and Stott will flip to Turner to end the 8th. So we only get the 1. Well, we got 3 that inning. So now it's a 4-run lead, and we're just going to bring in Loaizaga to shut this one down. And he was pretty solid last season for us. Loaizaga would work an easy 1-2-3 9th inning here as he gets Sam Huff to fly out to right. Tucker makes the play, and the Mets win it on opening day.
Hop in my bag and I stay in it. Hit from the back and I stay in it. She is not damn, don't play with her. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Hop in the way and I stay in it. I beat it up, I don't play in it. I bust it up, then lay in it. Let's go again, you okay with it? I'm parked up, valeting it. Shoot my shot and I'm draining it. I'm Steph Curry, ain't playing this. I don't know what you cost, but I'm paying it. All options, I'm weighing it. If I'm going